in the scriptures as it relates to delivering God's people from their enemies. So, and by the way, the eagle in typology is a picture of deity. So this is God's way of saying, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this is where I'm going to do it. A Bible teacher by the name of W.E. Blackstone a number of years ago was so convinced that Petra would be the place in which the Jews are kept safe, he purchased hundreds of thousands of Hebrew New Testaments, and he underlined passages like in the one in Matthew 24 and then the one we just read in Revelation 12, and left them in earthen jars throughout Petra, so when the Jews get there, the Bibles will be waiting for them. When we were there, I kind of looked for them. What are you looking for? Oh, nothing. I didn't find any, but interesting. So, all this because the Antichrist will orchestrate a peace agreement vis-a-vis a peace summit. One last thing, and we'll get into our study in the book of Acts. There is a common denominator with every prophecy update that we've done for over a year now on Sunday mornings, and it is this, that everything that we've looked at takes place after the rapture. Now, think this through with me. If everything that we're looking at by way of prophecy updates takes place after the rapture and during the tribulation, what does that mean? Well, I think it's appropriate with Thanksgiving coming up to once again mention an illustration that Pastor Chuck Smith used. He said, you know, when you see the signs up for Christmas, and they get them up earlier and earlier. I'm already noticing television advertising for Christmas. We haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. It's kind of like right after Halloween. They start advertising for Christmas. Well, what do you know when you start seeing all of the Christmas signs and decorations up? You know that Christmas is close. But Thanksgiving comes before Christmas, like the rapture comes 7 years before the second coming. So too, when we look at all of these prophecies and we see all of these signs and we see the world decorated with all of the signs of the tribulation and the second coming, we know that the rapture comes before. So if it's that close, how much closer is the rapture of the church? Here's another thing, and you've heard me say it before, that there's nothing that has yet to happen prophetically before the rapture of the church. And this by God's design, so that we're always watching and we're always ready. Now, I'm not going to take the time to talk about why the rapture has to take place before the 7-year tribulation, but suffice it to say, the rapture of the church of Jesus Christ has to take place before the 7-year tribulation. It has to. If it doesn't, then you might as well take your Bible and start ripping some pages out of it, because that's what the Bible teaches, that the rapture has to take place before the 7-year tribulation.